Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is my December TBR. I cannot believe that we are at the end of the year and that this is the last TBR video of 2025. It is crazy to think about how fast the time has gone, but I have had so much fun planning out my reading every month with you guys. These truly are some of my favorite videos to film. I was kind of looking at the cart and assessing what we still have on it, and I feel like I have done a pretty good job at clearing out space over the course of the year. I definitely have done my fair share of book buying and adding to the cart, but overall I feel like I have done a good job at clearing out some space and reading a good bit of what is on here. As far as new additions to the cart for this month, I have added my Christmas holiday reads that I didn't get to last December. They were kind of sitting off of the cart until now because I just knew there was no way I was going to read them in any month other than December. So definitely hoping to add quite a few of those to this month's TBR. In other news, I have restocked the TBR jar with both old and new prompts because when I finished last month's TBR video, there was only a handful of prompts left. So we needed a few more to spruce up the jar. I'm hoping to pull some good ones today. The plan is to pull 6 prompts as I usually do. Then I'm going to pick out 6 books that correspond to each one to plan out my month of reading. So with that, let's jump right in. I feel like there have got to be some prompts in here that I have not pulled a single time this whole year. I'm hopeful that we'll get at least a couple prompts like that. The first prompt is a book less than 300 pages. This would probably be good for some of these Christmas books because I feel like they're all pretty short and sweet. The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling is 276 pages, so this one will work. This one I really wanted to add to this month's TBR because I'm gonna read it either way. It is book 3 in the X-Hex series, and this book is quite different from books 1 and 2 because while those books were more like Halloween spooky season coded, this one actually takes place at a Yuletide wedding, so it's more Christmas holiday coded, which is actually perfect for me personally because I have a wedding that I'm going to the weekend before Christmas, so I feel like it's gonna be perfect timing to read this book around then. But I'm gonna weigh my other options and see what else we might have. Kiss Me at Christmas by Jenny Bayless. I feel like her books tend to run a little bit longer. Yeah, this one's like 370, 80 pages. Her books are very emotional and heartfelt, even though they are Christmas holiday themed for the most part. So I had a feeling this one would be longer because they just go into quite a bit of detail, but I do love them. Always in December. I've owned this one for quite a few years and I've heard that it's sad, and just reading the back it sounds like it's gonna be sad. It also won't work for this prompt because it's also 400 pages. That is so long for a Christmas romance, but again, I feel like it's one that's gonna be more emotional, so probably will have a lot to the story. Okay, this book, Christmas at Reedy Falls, is actually set in my hometown. So I really want to read it since it's by a local author. And this one would work for the prompt because it's under 300 pages, so we'll add to the stack. All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. I did start this book last Christmas and just didn't get a chance to finish. It's over 300 pages, so it won't work for this prompt. But I was having a fun time with this one last year. It's set in Nashville, and our 2 main characters are part of this country music singing competition. I just didn't get a chance to finish it before the Christmas season was over. And once January hit, I was like, no, I'm done with the Christmas romances. I feel like I'm gonna cut off my search there because I think this is my opportunity to make sure at least one Christmas romance is on the TBR for the month. And I feel like I am leaning a little more towards The Wedding Witch. I hopefully will get both of these on my TBR for the month because I would love to read a book set in my hometown by a local author, but I feel like this one is just going to be so fitting for me because, like I said, I'm going to a Christmas wedding, so I'm really excited to read it. I hope that I love it. I've loved this X-Hex series so far, and I've learned that I really love books that are about witches and give off witchy vibes, and usually those books take place around spooky season and are more October fall coded. So I love that this one is a little bit different and has more of a holiday backdrop. I'm hoping that I love it, and if not, I'm hoping it brings the vibes for this holiday wedding that I'm going to. Okay, prompt number 2 is a book with a couple on the cover. I think any of the books that I just pulled from my Christmas stash would work because I believe they all have a couple on the cover. Yes, 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 And yes, so should we just go for it and pick another Christmas book and not even bother looking at anything else? Just at a glance, I really don't even see much that would have a couple on the cover. So let's stick with another holiday romance. Why not? Maybe some of the future prompts won't give me the opportunity. Okay, so again, we have the holiday romance set in my hometown. We love that. The Nashville Country Singing Competition romance. Love that one too. These two I feel are definitely going to have a bit more emotional depth just based on the subject matter, and I've read from Jenny Bayless before and her books tend to have more of that vibe. Okay, so this one sounds like it takes place not only at Christmas. It sounds like our two main characters both have had something difficult in their lives happen, so Christmas is a rough season for them. And it says over the course of this next year, after they have a chance encounter, they meet in different cities around the world. They meet in New York, Edinburgh, and the English countryside. So I kind of like that this one takes place in a few different places, and it sounds like it's not exclusively a December Christmassy kind of book, but I feel like it still will give me the holiday vibes I'm wanting. Okay, this is kind of top contender right now after reading that. Kiss Me at Christmas, I have read, again, like I said, a lot from Jenny Bayless, and I love her writing style. This one sounds like it's about a single mother. I feel like our two main characters are a little bit older, which I don't mind at all. I've read a few books by Jenny Bayless where our main characters were a bit older as well. I don't know though, I feel like I'm kind of leaning towards Always in December. I feel like it will be sad. It's compared to Me Before You. But I don't know, since it's a romance, I feel like it will have an uplifting, hopefully happy ending, and it sounds like the sad things occurred in both our characters' past. So although I'm sure that's going to be a big part of their lives at present, I'm hoping that it'll have a more positive outcome in the end for these two. I'm gonna add this one. It's been on my TBR, like I said, for a while now. I think I've had this book for 2, maybe 3 years, and I would love to get it off the TBR and read it. I feel like I've been intimidated in putting it off a little bit because it does sound more sad, but I want to make this the year that I finally read it. I feel like I am in a good place where I can emotionally handle this one. Okay, prompt number 3. Give me something good. We have a book cover that features a landscape. Okay, wait. All 3 of the Christmas books kind of have one, which, I don't know. I can't tell if this one, I guess they're decorating like the outside of a barn, it looks like, which technically probably wouldn't be a landscape. This one 100% is a landscape. It looks like the city skyline of Nashville. That is perfect for this prompt. And then this one is also perfect. This hotel I actually go to for drinks all the time, literally 15 minutes from my house, which makes it really cool. And this river is a very famous river in my city's downtown. So both of these could work really well. I'm just going for all the Christmas ones because it's my only chance. Why not? I'm pretty split because I know what to expect out of this one since I did start reading it last year and I was enjoying it, but I'm kind of intrigued by the unknown of this book. I just have no idea what to expect. I feel like it will be really cool and I will connect with it since, again, it's set in my hometown and it's going to be a lot of familiar places, but I feel like I just have no idea what to expect from it since it is a lesser known book by a local author. Just to switch it up from my Christmas reads, we could pull Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This was on my TBR last month and I did not get a chance to read it. I just ran out of time, but there is definitely a landscape on the cover and I really love this cover too. But to be honest, I don't know if I'm feeling vampire werewolf vibes around the holidays. I mean, maybe. Okay, so I think I am going to go with Christmas at Reedy Falls. What could be more fitting for a prompt about a landscape than a landscape 10 minutes from my house? I feel like it's just perfect vibes. I'm hoping that I love it. I'm going to hype this up so much if I do. I'm excited to support a local author though and read about something set in my home city. I feel like that is just so fun. Okay, prompt number 4. This is kind of unintentionally turned into only picking holiday reads. I might want to mix it up a little bit for this next prompt. Ooh, shuffle a playlist, pick a book that matches the vibe of the first song. That is so much fun. You definitely have gotten this prompt before, but it's been a while. What I'm gonna do, I have a playlist that's like my favorite songs of the entire year. Let's shuffle. I'm kind of scared. We'll see what the first song that comes up is. Okay, Blessings by Calvin Harris. What fits the vibe of this song? I feel like it's a dancey kind of party song. gonna read through the lyrics. Okay, it definitely is about a breakup. I've never really listened to the lyrics of this song because it's just one of those songs that's very vibey and has a good beat. But she's saying that she's not gonna lose herself for anybody. This person doesn't deserve her. No more tears to cry. But she only wishes them blessings. So, a song about a breakup. Wait, I just realized the perfect book for this, and it's not even on the cart. Please hold. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of her. So this one I actually completely forgot has not been on the cart for so long. You guys may have missed her. I picked her out for so many TBRs and never get around to reading it, but she's back. I actually had this book in a totally different section of my room where I keep books that I've like started or am in the middle of. And I feel like I need to have some kind of a better system to where if I don't get through it in a certain amount of time, I just put it back on the cart. But I brought this one with me earlier in the year when I went to London and had every intention of reading it like right before my trip and while I was there, but that of course did not happen. And what better book, what better couple than Magnolia and BJ to fit the vibes of a song about a breakup and wishing the other person the best, but still having a little bit of negative feelings and animosity towards the other person. That is Magnolia and BJ to a T. The holidays are a very busy time, so honestly, like, no guarantees that I'm gonna read this one, but I don't know, I feel like it just fits the vibes so well, and I'm not seeing much else on the cart that I feel could work. I mean, Tell Me Lies, maybe. I feel like it is about an on-off relationship, but I don't necessarily know if they like break up. I feel like it's more of a situationship. So let's try it out. Let's add Magnolia Park's Into the Dark to the TBR. I really want to get this read. I would love to have this read before the year is over because it's just been kind of sitting on my shelf and on my cart for so long. So we'll add it and see. No guarantees, no promises that I will read it, but it just fits the song perfectly that I had to make it work for this prompt. Okay, prompt number 5. Hey, at least we switched it up a little bit from the holiday reads. A book that feels like everyone but you has read. Ooh, we could do A Court of Mist and Fury, second book in the ACOTAR series. We could do the second book in the Inheritance Games trilogy. Both of those are good options. I'm gonna pull them. We could also do Alchemized by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This was on a TBR a couple months ago and I just did not get around to reading it, but I feel like it's a better book to read during the summer. For some reason, I feel like it'll be a summery kind of book. Ooh, but the very first page has a header with a date and it's December 29th, so maybe it would be a good time to pick this one up. I don't know, I feel like this will take place over the course of a long span of time, not just in one particular month. Yeah, it's looking like there's a bunch of different dates. So I feel like this could work for any time of year. I'm kind of leaning towards one in particular of these three, and that one is A Court of Mist and Fury. This is on my end of the year TBR that I just made. 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year. Ideally, I would love to read book 2 in the ACOTAR series, book 3, and then the novella that everyone says is set around Christmas time. And I would love to line it up to read those 3 before the end of the year and read the holiday novella around Christmas. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've left this series on the back burner for so long, and it does really feel like everyone has read it but me. I am ready to continue on with my ACOTAR journey, and I'm excited for this book in particular because so many people say this is their very favorite of the whole series and when things really start to pick up. So I'm excited to jump back into it. I'm gonna have to find some kind of recap for the first book because all the details aren't really coming to me right away, so I want to have that fresh in my mind before going into book 2. But I'm really excited. I feel like I will be able to get this one read in the month of December. Okay. Last prompt. I feel like we have a really good TBR so far. I would maybe like to have one other holiday book at least, or I don't know. If there's something else that feels fitting, I might switch it up. A book you think will make you cry? I think Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid will. I think Alchemized will. I don't necessarily think the Christmas romances will, although Jenny Bayless, again, does have some sadder themes in her books. The one book that has been kind of in the back of my mind this whole video is Hamnet, because the movie is about to come out. And I would love to read the book before the movie comes out, but this book honestly does intimidate me. I'm just afraid the language and the way it's written is going to be hard to understand. It seems a little out of my comfort zone, but I've heard really great things about it, and I feel like it is going to be a tearjerker. This one does sound so interesting to me. It follows Shakespeare's son. I don't know, I'm gonna look up if this one is supposed to be sad. I feel like it is. I feel like I've heard people say it made them cry. Is Hamnet sad? Yes, Hamnet is a sad story as it focuses on... Wait, is this a spoiler? I might have just spoiled the book for myself. Let's go to Goodreads. I don't know, maybe I knew that was what this was about. Oh, okay. Hamnet is a luminous portrait of a marriage, at its heart the loss of a beloved child. Oh, okay, so it tells you right away that Hamnet dies. I thought that was like a major spoiler, but apparently not. The core of the story is the profound grief of Agnes and William Shakespeare. I think I'm gonna pick this one for this prompt. I feel like it's been in the back of my mind this whole video as a book I would want to pick to kind of stray away from the Christmas reads. Just because the movie is about to come out, I feel like if that wasn't on the horizon, then I would be okay to leave this one. But the movie just looks so good, and I really want to read this before watching the movie. I'm that girl. I have to read the book before watching any kind of adaptation. So let's try this one. It is, again, going to be outside of my comfort zone, but I'm hoping that I love it. I have heard really great reviews for it. I'm hoping that I feel the same as everyone else who raves about it. So the 6 books on my December TBR are Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, Magnolia Park's Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings, Christmas at Reedy Falls by Elizabeth Sumner Waffler, Always in December by Emily Stone, and The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. So that is going to conclude my December TBR. I'm really happy with the lineup. I feel like we have a good mix of holiday reads, series I'm in the middle of and need to wrap up before the year is over, and books that have been on my radar for a while. So hopeful that it will be a great reading month. I hope the same for you guys as well. Let me know what your reading plans are for the month of December. Let me know if you have read any of the books on my TBR before and what your thoughts are on them. If you enjoyed and still are loving the TBR jar videos, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I would love to have you guys here and to stick around so you don't miss out on any future book videos from me. It also really helps me out, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you so soon in my next video. Bye, guys.